Hey there, everybody. I hope you're doing really great. Welcome to May. It is Thursday, May 2nd. I hope all of you are doing really good. It's like 90 degrees outside, and so I will not be. I did like greenhouse work this morning and did some gardening. My fingernails are actually at the point where they're just like peeling off now because I've been having such a fun time in the garden. Last week I mentioned these cards to you guys, so I wanted to show you how to do these. You know, we call them like a use what you have Mother's Day card. Or, I mean, it doesn't have to be a Mother's Day card, right? I think Mother's Day's been a lot on my mind because this is the first time in my whole life I have not had a mama to send a Mother's Day card to. But I have decided to send some cards to anybody, any kind of mama out there, puppy mamas or kitty cat mamas or whatever. So I just wanted to show you guys how these come together, and they come together really fast. It's fun to definitely use what you have, okay? So I'm going to show you some paint options and some stamping options, but feel free to just do whatevs you want. Let's get started. This is an 8.5 by 11 piece of just plain copy paper. Now I'm just going to make a couple of these. You can see that I've got a nice little stack going over here to get out hopefully today, because Mother's Day is on the 12th, right? I think that's right. And that is not this Sunday, but next Sunday. You'll want to, you fold your card in half, paper in half, okay? So we're going to fold this way, and then we're going to fold this way, and we're going to make ourselves a really nice little card. So let's do that again. Just fold the paper this way and get a little crease going there. I'm not much on that bone folder, burnishing kind of thing. To me, that's a little much. You do whatever you want. If you want to burnish it or whatever, that's cool, of course. The next thing we're going to do is kind of put some, just put some glue stick on here. I'm using Dick Blick because my sweet friend in Dick Blick Country has a hookup with Dick Blick, so she sends me these awesome Dick Blick glue sticks. And I just like to say Dick Blick glue stick. It's just a super fun little thing to say. And we do have to search for the fun these days. Lordy, the world's just a crazy cray place. So we're just gonna kind of, I got a blob there we go, like hook together the front of the card. And you can glue the whole thing together in some sort of card format, but really, you just, so what we got here is this, okay? You feel free to like glue that if you wanna, but I just did the front of the card. We are going to add some color at this point. Let me drag out my little workboard. Chris got something in the mail, or some cardboard or something, and it had this nice piece of cardboard in it, and it just worked out really well. Can y'all see that? Hold on a second. There we go. I want to add some color to these cards. Lots of ways to do this. You can do it with marker, you can do it with paint, you can do it with watercolor, you can do it with whatever you want. I'm using this fun little product called Color Shift. Now this is Folk Art Trusted Quality Color Shift. This particular color is Blue Flash, and I really do like it for the sky. And then this is going to be our sun. So we got that going on. And now that I'm sitting here, I'm thinking that I might have used this for the sky. I don't remember. So we'll just experiment around. The next thing that you're going to want to do is this works really well as a palette. So you can see that this is an ancient copy of Jane Eyre. I love the font. I think it's super cool. And it just works really, really well when you are, you know, just use it as a palette. And then after you're done using it as a palette, you've got all these beautiful colors and textures and things that you can cut out. And I'll show you how I do my cutouts for this type of thing. All right, it's hot, so I need to take my denim shirt off. All right, so we've got this, we've got this, we've got this. The way I like to spread paint on a project like this is by just using a spent credit card. Let's get our colors out here. I am using Graduate Acrylic. This is an emerald. Somebody gave this to me a few years back. I'm really amazed at it because it's just stayed really juicy for a long time. I can't even explain how long. I probably had this 7 years, and it still maintains, you know, that kind of that integrity that you like to see in a full body kind of. It's not a runny acrylic, okay? It's just it's got a nice heft to it. All right, so this is our grass color. I'm gonna shake up our color shift. Again, you don't have to use this color shift paint. It just looks real pretty. So I'm going to put some of that right there. And then I have my yellow. And the yellow is going to be, we're just going to scooch out a place for the sun. And you'll see what I'm talking about in just a minute. All right, let's get some color on here. You're going to get messy. The back of the cards may get messy as you're working on them. Sometimes the inside of the cards get messy. I did pretty good on these, you guys. But, like, you know, you'll have splotches on the inside. Darn, I did a great job because I thought I would have splotches all over the place, but I didn't. I am amazed at myself. All right, let's go ahead and get some color on. You can just swipe, you know, dot, 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 dot. And then I'll show you how I add a wee bit of dimension on here. Like I said, it needs to be fast. I'll just get that on there. Okay, I'm going to set that one to the side. And yeah, it's like when I did stuff like this, I was like, I'm going to get that all over that card. Front, back, inside, outside, everything, the whole thing. All right, because you're swiping with a credit card, it really does dry super quickly. But before it dries, pick up just a little bit of that yellow, okay? Just a wee bit of yellow. And it just kind of gives the grassy area a little bit of dimension. And then we're just gonna kind of swipe in just a little bit of a horizon, okay? Nothing fancy, okay? That's the thing. We gotta you know, gotta have fun with it. We gotta have a bright, happy Mom's Day card, right? Or a happy hello card, or you can now love all occasion cards because you can do whatever with them, right? They are a great template. They, you know, people, you know, we're kind of getting out of that, sending physical mail kind of thing. I read that postage is going to go up again. This really affects me, y'all, because I really love to send cards. I just think it's so much fun, and people really do appreciate it. We've put in our sky right here. I was yammering over that, so let's get technique-y right here. I'm using the Color Shift Aqua Flash. Ta-da. So we're just gonna kind of swipe in a bit of sky. And really, this makes a super pretty sky color. I was thinking after I finished my last batch of cards, I was like, oh, I think I might take this idea to a canvas. You know, maybe some acrylic would look nice on some canvas. I'm not an acrylic painter or a painter by any means, but I thought, you know, that might look super cool. All right, so we've got these, and I'm gonna let that dry for a minute. The next thing that I like to do, you can do this two ways, is I'm just gonna stick my finger in the yellow paint, and I'm just gonna make a sun. Don't worry, because we're going to, you know what, you could just leave it just exactly the way it is, but what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of finish it with, by using just a really simple sun stamp. All right, so we've got our colors laid on. I'm going to give that just a second, y'all, and I'm going to show you, so we're going to let this dry, and then I'm going to show you what you can do when you use a book as a palette. Okay, so I want to just show you some of the things that I've cut from my palette book. I'll just call it a palette book. And these are the things that I'll be using to, oh my gosh, you know what? I had some backgrounds in here and I didn't even realize it. Go me, I'm going to make more cards than I thought of. Than I thought I was going to. So this is the palette book. You have leaves, stems, leaves. This is just swiping on cardstock or whatever you got, doesn't matter. But that palette book, y'all, man, it makes some really, really outstanding, beautiful pieces to construct flowers. This is a piece that I Mod Podge text on first, and then I swiped paint on it, so it looks really super cool. So you can see how this happens, right? The text, the book becomes, the book palette becomes the leaves, the stems, the support items on your greeting card. All right, I'm going to kind of shove this to the side. And then I'm going to show you. Now what I did here, y'all, was just take a piece of, you know, I think it was just a piece of poster board, or might have been some watercolor paper. I don't remember. And I just started swiping that as well. I like the swipe technique when you're doing something like this, because you get a variety of colors, and it really does look very painterly when your project is all done. All right, I think we're good to go on this. Kind of looking at this, and we'll just leave that. We'll leave that till the end. I want to go ahead and put my stem on my flower, and you know, if you discover it's still a little damp, then just do something else for a minute. Do some deep breathing. Yoga breath, right? All right, so we've got our stem. I'm going to put on some leaves, and you know, sometimes you get that, this side or that side, this side or that side. I think this side will probably be the winner chicken dinner here. There we go. I like this as well, so let's do that. And then we can start with the actual middle of the flower. And I like to audition pieces when I'm doing this. It's true that Tammy does like to speed through things, but you know, it's still fun to to audition a few things. So I did cut out the circles, and I'm going to try to get some kits in the shop, but my hands really hurt when you can see everything I've got in here, right? But my hands really hurt when I try to cut things out, and I don't have like a punch or a punch. All right, I don't like the brown. I'm gonna switch it out. I'm gonna do this. It's really fun to make your circles. Circles are super therapeutic. They're very healing. They speak to continuity and really do help with your dexterity. So it helps to, I just use a Sharpie and do that little circle there, right? Just like that. All right, now I got to get another one. Maybe this one. Yeah, I do like that, but it seems like it's covering up too much of the mid. I kind of like that too. Ooh, I really like this. I like this blue, but I did not do a circle there. But I'm cool with that. And then let's just do something small. So you've built your flower. How did that come together so artfully and painterly? Is because you used the book, used your text pages as a palette, a paint palette. It just works out really, really well. I'm going to put a circle here. There we go. Now we're going to flip this over. We'll glue that down, just like that. Oops, forgot to glue the other one down. And then this. You don't really have to be too fussed about this project, which makes it also, if you offset things, it looks fun. It gives it a little more of a artistically looking thing. It looks almost like you painted it. Now we are going to do some stamping, and this is where you gotta kind of make sure that your card is not still damp. I'm using a text page stamp. I've probably had this 10 years, and it has been an excellent stamp. I do not know where it came from. And I'm using Tailored Expressions Premium Hybrid Ink Pad Oreo. Again, somebody gave it to me. I am super lucky because people give me stuff, and it's so nice. Now, I did my stamping. I really appreciate anybody who's donated to my my art stash over the years. Okay, so this is how I did mine, but you can do yours whatever way you want. Now let's go back and check this. It's good now. This is just a stamp of a sun, and I like the rather tribal look about it. I don't know where this came from, but use whatever, or sketch out your own sun. Another thing that I really like about this is it leaves kind of a block. See, so that just gives the card even more dimension. The finishing thing that we're going to do is we're going to take one of our painty paper strips here. And I think this one would go nicely. And we are going to stamp the word love right on there. And then we're going to glue this down. if y'all are having fun, if you like this idea, if you are going to take it to the next level with some things that that you have on hand, this isn't one of those, hey, let's buy this and let's buy that and here's a link so you can buy. This is more of a use what you have kind of deal here. I am not a purchaser, but that's okay. That is, I've been in business for myself with myself for a long time. So I think when you go down that path, you really do have to be mindful and frugal about what you are purchasing or not purchasing. So there we go. We have a card all finished. Let's finish this one up. And I can see I got paint on my thumb with this one. Dry little sunshine. We love you. We're happy to see you here in May. I think this time last week, I probably had the heat on in my house because it was so darn cold. It's kind of the way it is here. Chime in. What's it like? What's it like in your neck of the woods? I'm sure like my friends in Maine are going, oh my gosh, give anything to be at 85. Let me know what it's like in your neck of the woods. So we're going to get our leaves on here. Oh, look at that. Pretty. I love the book Jane Eyre, and when I see a copy like in a thrift store or whatever, I do purchase it. Because I love the story, I love the words, I love the wording, I love the rhythm of the book, and then they always become text page palettes. It's not like a jukebox hero. Text page palettes. Be a jukebox hero. Okay. That one's too big. That one's okay, but it's not quite, I like this, but it's a little bit big. Let's see if I have, oh, there's one right there that will work. Again, you know, y'all just kind of look at the shop because I'm super not sure if I'm gonna do kits. It really hurts my hand to cut, but you know, might have a good hand day. It's all right. It's not a big deal. It's just, you know, when you think about your hands and you think about your fingers and what they have done. You know, how many dishes have I washed? How many meals have I prepared? How many diapers did I change? How many times did I hang those cloth diapers on a clothesline to dry? You know, you think my fingers played guitar. They grasped a microphone. They did audio engineering. They have been in recording studios, and my fingers have given hugs and pats on the bottom and all kinds of things. You know, pat your baby on the bottom. It's very sweet. My kids are not babies anymore. They are 45 and 37. Good grief, how'd that? 38. Oh my gosh, how did that happen? All right, we're gonna grab our stamp, and you know, now that we're just kind of stamping, if you guys would give me a thumbs up, or, you know, if you're so inclined, it would be super cool to have thanks. Those of you who have done a thanks, I really do appreciate it. I get to keep 70% of whatever the thank you amount is. That's still a little bit sticky, so I think I'm not going to use my sun stamp quite yet. because I don't want to pollute my stamp. I really, really love it, and I don't anticipate finding anything like this again. So we are done. See, that came together super, super quick because you used an old book as a palette. Now, I'm going to sit here and do a few more cards, and I'll use this up, but you can see that I will have some beautiful colors when I am all done. And it's cool, you know, even if they stick together, that's okay, because you can pull them off. And I love those pull-ons, you know, those striations you get when you pull damp paper. We didn't put a word on here, so let's do that. Let's put the word love, and you know, you can do whatever you want. I hope that all of you have a super great Mom's Day. So this is like I said, this is going to be my first one without my mama, so I'm sure she would not want me to be sad, not in the least, and that she would want me to have a good Mother's Day. I'm very lucky to have biological sons and 2 daughters that I love, love, love. I did, you guys, do a corner chomper on these as well. You can see, I think it was just like a 1/4 inch thingy, and it just made them look a little bit, you know, a little bit nicer. Okay, so let's get this glued down. And let's take this. Let's go around here really quick. There we go. Really easy peasy. So if you want to create some all occasion cards, if you want to create something to send for a birthday, an anniversary, a Mother's Day, whatever occasion, these are awesome and fun things to do. They look very painterly. They look like you spent a ton of time on them. And really what you did was utilize some paint and a swipe card, as well as a stack of things that you cut from your text page palette. Text page palette. Okay. All right. It's hot up here. I'm going to go grab some sweet tea. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope y'all have fun. I did. See you later.